Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going through my computer science bag, what my everyday carry is as a computer science student and a software engineering intern in 2022. Yeah, let's get started. Let's start off with the backpack itself. This is the Timbuktu Authority laptop backpack. Now, I got it last year and it's been incredible so far. The best part about it is that it's built to be a tech backpack. So it's really thin horizontally, has a lot of vertical space, which is great for laptops, folders, iPads, pretty much everything that's very thin and long vertically. Now, it's not great for travel or backpacking. You can't really shove a bunch of clothes in here. When I travel, I almost always bring this as my carry tech bag, while I have like a carry-on for all clothes and other items. I used to have this massive Swiss Army backpack, which is good for traveling, but not the greatest for students or everyday carry. It was just way too big. Another reason this backpack is great is because it has a lot of padding and is super sturdy. The laptop slot is super thick, which really protects your laptop, usually the most expensive item in your bag. Unless you, I don't know, carry around any JPEGs of monkeys or Pokemon cards. I'm gonna take you through all of the pouches and slots, and as you can see, first off on the side we have a water bottle holder right here. Stay hydrated, folks. I love how sturdy and snug it is in there. Your bottle will literally never fall out of this. It's great. The build quality is so good with how tightly it fits. This is the Swell bottle in matte black. I just love that black and gray aesthetic. This water bottle is great because it fits perfectly into the water bottle holder, and the insulation is also really good. If I fill it up with water and ice, it stays cold for over 24 hours. It's crazy. Okay, so in the laptop slot, we have the 14-inch M1 Pro MacBook Pro 2021, I believe. Now, this laptop is incredible, but it's not actually mine. My company Shopify sent it to me for the duration of my internship, so it's my daily driver for the time being. Normally, I use this 2019 15-inch MacBook Pro, which gets the job done, though I have noticed that it started to slow down quite a bit recently. Both of these are incredible for everything computer science. There's a common misconception that CS people don't use Macs, which is just not true. I've talked about this before, but I'll say it again. My company, Shopify, John Deere, all my internships have sent me MacBooks to use for the duration of my internship. My entire team also uses MacBooks. So yeah, it's just not true. Anyway, the next slot is where things get interesting. So in here, we have the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. Now, I don't always carry this on me. Over time, I've realized that my MacBook pretty much does everything that I would ever need an iPad for, at least when I'm doing most of my tasks during the day and going around campus or Madison. Nowadays, I pretty much only use my iPad for singing, consuming content, and just random tasks around the house. I also use it for homework and classes, but since I'm not taking any classes right now, it kind of just sits in my room. It's awesome during the school year, especially for math classes, but yeah, right now not taking any of those. Next up is my Kindle Oasis. I mainly bring this around in my backpack when traveling. I used to use it almost every single day on the plane right before I fell asleep when on public transport. But honestly, nowadays, I find myself almost exclusively listening to audiobooks. There just aren't that many times where I find myself reading rather than listening. Most of the books I read nowadays are fantasy anyways, and I found myself just listening to the fantasy book 10 to 15 minutes before bed rather than reading it. It has the same effect in terms of helping me fall asleep. Usually I'll listen for 5 to 10 minutes, and then there'll be like a 30-second segment where I have no idea what the hell is going on. And when I recognize that I'm so tired that I'm just not listening, that's when I'll take my AirPods out and go to sleep. There are some times where it's a really epic section and it actually stops me from sleeping, but usually I'll recognize that's happening and then force myself to stop and just lay there for 5 minutes and then fall asleep anyway. So yeah, the Kindle goes with me when traveling, but not every day. Next, we have the Anker PowerCore power bank. This thing is a lifesaver. I almost always have it with me in my bag. It's come in handy so many times. This thing has enough juice to charge my laptop, my phone, my iPad, my AirPods, pretty much everything. It's also USB-C, which is great. I also only need to charge it maybe once a week, which is incredible. It just lasts so long and is amazing for traveling. Everyone should keep one of these on them when flying. There's so many times where I just whip it out and charge my phone when on the plane. It's great. Here we have a crusty old bag of Athletic Greens travel pack. I think this has been here for maybe a year now. I drink Athletic Greens every morning and always have the travel packs in my bag. When I'm out of town, I make sure to take 1 to 2 of these every day just to make sure I'm nutritionally covered. Nowadays, I've noticed that my skin gets better when using Athletic Greens, and I just feel off when I don't take it every day. Athletic Greens, if you're watching this, a sponsorship would be nice. I also have this backpack waterproof cover and an umbrella. This thing will wrap around my backpack so it doesn't get wet while raining. Let me tell you, there were multiple times where I was trying to pull my rain jacket down over my backpack, and I was hopping up and down for 10 minutes trying to do it. Those are honestly some of the most stressful moments of the entire last year, trying to put my rain jacket over my backpack while I was running late for class. There was one time where I was in an elevator hopping around trying to put it down, and this old lady just went and helped me pull it over, and she was like, see, moms are actually good for something. And that's when I decided to buy this backpack jacket. I also keep a hat in my backpack in case it gets cold outside. Okay, now we're on to the third slot in my backpack. There's a lot of smaller items here. I'll try to get through all of them. Okay, first, I always had this on me, a pack of gum. I love mint gum, specifically extra long-lasting spearmint gum. It's so nice just to finish a meal with a stick of gum, and if you always have gum on you, you always become the cool guy who has gum on them. It also helps reduce cravings. I've noticed that when I'm craving something sweet, I can just pop a stick of gum and that craving goes away completely. There was one time when I was traveling on a plane and the flight got delayed and everyone was super stressed out. So I took out my pack of gum and offered a stick to the guy next to me. He was super grateful and happy, and if I didn't have my gum on me at all times, we wouldn't have shared that moment. Next up, I also always have lip balm or chapstick in my bag. Especially in the winter, it's super dry. My lips get immediately dry and chapped unless I use this every single day. My favorite brand is Burts Bees. The original beeswax and vanilla flavors are my favorite. Super popular and super cheap on Amazon. I also always have a nail cutter, something else that's super underrated. Every few weeks, I'll randomly notice that when I'm typing, my nails are too long and it's slowing me down. I can just whip out my nail cutter and cut them right there so it doesn't slow down my typing speed for too long. I also have an inhaler on me. I have asthma, so it's really important to keep one of these. Next up are a sleeping mask, breath tape, and earplugs. This trio has saved me so many times when traveling. The sleeping mask is the most essential. It allows me to sleep in virtually any environment. It doesn't matter whether it's the middle of the day or night, I can just whip this out and sleep anywhere. It also helps me sleep much deeper at night because often hotel rooms aren't pitch black. On most days after lunch, I'll feel this wave of tiredness, so I'll whip out my sleeping mask and take a 20-minute power nap. It really helps give me a second wind of energy in the day. The earplugs are great when staying over at someone's place, particularly if they have roommates who tend to walk around in the middle of the night. Super useful. This mouth tape is also essential. I've been using it for pretty much every day for the last year. Every night I will tape my mouth shut so my mouth doesn't hang open when sleeping, and it forces me to nose breathe. It also stops snoring. I definitely feel the difference when I forget to use it. My mouth will be super dry and I'll wake up slightly dizzy in the morning. It makes a tangible difference to my sleep quality. Then we have some drugs in here, a little bit sketchy, but they're my favorite kind, caffeine pills. I fully admit I have a complete caffeine addiction. I love my morning cup of coffee to start off the day. It just smells and feels incredible to just have it every single day. The routine is great. However, there are some days where I'm running late, I'm out of town, or I just don't have time to make that cup of coffee. That's when I pop one of these to stave off the caffeine withdrawal. Each of them has around 60 milligrams of caffeine, which is roughly equivalent to 1 cup of coffee. They're super useful in a pinch and they get the job done. My other pill of choice is Berberine. This supplement will quickly lower your blood sugar. It's kind of like a poor man's metformin. It's really good after you have something sweet or a carb-heavy meal. It stops that sluggish, sickly feeling that you have when you eat too much pizza or pasta. I don't take it every day, but I keep it in my bag just in case I go out to a restaurant and I want to lower my blood sugar more quickly. Next are my choice of pens. This is the Pilot G2 and it's super smooth. I've used this brand for years. I also have the Muji Pen, which Shopify gave me. It's also really good. Now we get to the charging station. I keep a bunch of cables neatly wrapped up, so it's really easy to sort through all of them. We have, in no particular order, USB to USB-C, a MagSafe MacBook charger, Lightning to USB-C, and some wired Lightning earbuds in case my AirPods die and I need to take a call. I also have this 100-watt super fast USB wall adapter. It's powerful enough to charge my MacBook all the way down to my AirPods. Here's another smaller USB-C wall adapter. I believe this is the Anker Nano 2. I also have this USB-C hub which sticks off the side of my MacBook and gives me access to a wider array of ports. Briefly, in these outer pockets over here, I keep some extra masks just in case I need them. I also keep some protein bars and Element electrolyte drink. So that's what I carry around in my computer science bag, my everyday carry. If you're interested in what my day actually looks like, you can watch this day in the life here where I take you through a routine day in my life as a Shopify software engineering intern. Thank you guys for watching. A like would be incredible and I will see you in the next video.